Listen. It said this, and it came to pass that the beggar died and was carried by the angels into Abraham's bosom. But the rich man also died and was buried. And in hell he lifted up his eyes, being in torment, and seeth Abraham afar off, and Lazarus in his bosom. He cried and said, Father Abraham, have mercy on me, and send Lazarus, that he may dip the tip of his finger in water, and cool my tongue, for I am tormented in this flame. But Abraham said, Son, remember that thou in this lifetime receivest the good things, and likewise Lazarus evil things. But now he is comforted, and thou art tormented. And besides all this, between us and you there is a great gulf fixed, so that they which would pass from hence to you cannot, neither can they pass to us that would come from thence. But then he said, I pray thee therefore, Father, that thou wouldest send him to my father's house. Listen tonight, there's a great separation right here, not only in the death, not only in the life, not only in their eternities, but listen, friends, Let's think about Lazarus here, what it said. It said this about him. It said when he died, the angels carried him off into Abraham's bosom. But the rich man, when he died, he was buried. Listen, there is a time, friends, where we win. In this life, you may not have nothing. Saved friend, Christian friend, you may say, I don't have nothing to show for nothing. But if you got Jesus in your heart, listen, you got something. You're rich, friends. Not in this life, but in the next, because the rich man had everything that he needed in this life. He had the finest of linens, the best of foods. Listen, Lazarus had nothing, but listen, when the time came into death, the very angels from heaven picked him up and laid him in the bosom of Abraham. But the rich man, when he died, was just put in the ground. That's all that was said. He was buried. Let me tell you something, friends. Death is your separation. Death is where we win. Because we have a gain in death if we're saved and born again. We have Jesus Christ. Listen here. The rich man, it said, lifted up his eyes in hell and looked over into paradise. And he seen Lazarus held up, laying in peace, laying in total contentment. Listen tonight. This life offers you nothing, Christian friends, because we're strangers to this land. You'll look around at all the people and you say, well, look at the evil. How good it's doing. But listen, you can't outdo God. You can't outgive God, and you can't outlove Him. Listen, it's because of that love that you're saved and you're born again. It's because of that love, friends, that one day, that when we cross that river, we'll be on the other side. Never no more to suffer, never no more to see the bad things of this life. But if you don't have Him, then you face another eternity, and that's hell. Listen here, he said this. He said, Abraham, could you please just send Lazarus, just a drop of water on his finger onto my tongue, just to cool it off. And Abraham said, son, I can't. There's a great gulf fixed between you and me. We're separated, if you will, by an unpassable death. Listen, this rich man would have done anything. In the book of Job, the devil said, all that a man hath, he'll give for his life. Listen, I bet you anything that man looked back in the future because he was able to see the past, to see where he came from. He would give anything, all his riches, all the good food, even trade places with Lazarus if he could, just to go on to Calvary, on to paradise, friends, if you will, just to have a moment's rest. He said this, we cannot pass over to you, and neither can you come to us. And he said, I pray thee therefore, Father, that thou wouldest send him to my father's house. For I have 5 brethren, that he may testify unto them, lest they also come into the place of torment. Abraham said unto him, they have Moses and the prophets. Let them hear them. Listen, friend, upon the time that Jesus comes back upon the death. Listen, that's the end. You can't go back and fix the things that you should have been fixing. You can't go back, friends, and say, Lord, forgive me for my sins. I believe in you. Listen, he said, just send into my Father's house because I lived a life that all five of my brothers seen, that I wasn't a good witness to them. I showed them the way that I went. They wanted to be like me. They wanted to find things in life, never caring about the next. But let me tell you something tonight, friends. He said, please send them. But Abraham said, no. They have Moses and the prophets. Right. Let them hear them. Right. Listen. Those prophets today are alive right here in this book. Those prophets today shout the warnings. Those prophets today not only shout the warnings, but they sing the praises. The man to come. They show you the right way. But listen, there's as much of a warning in there as there is something to look forward to. Because there's lost out there. Because there's snares out there for you to fall in. But listen, they want to warn you about them. I want to warn you about them. Because there's a place called heaven tonight. Listen, it's real. I feel it down deep in my bones that I know that one day, listen, if death should take me or if the Lord should come back, I'm going. Listen, friends, tonight if you're saved and blood-born, listen, blood-bought, you ought to be shouting tonight because you're going to. He's off right now preparing us a place. He's off right now getting us ready